Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, let's dive deep into Plex settings adjustments, with a focus on using code to automate and manage them. While Plex doesn't offer a fully fledged public API for direct settings manipulation in the way some other services do, there are several powerful approaches you can take, including using the Python Plex API library, accessing the Plex database, and even scripting interactions with the Plex web interface. Understanding the landscape, how Plex settings work. Before we get into code, it's essential to understand how Plex manages its settings. Server-specific settings. These settings control the behavior of your Plex media server, such as library management, transcoding options, remote access configuration, and more. Client-specific settings. These settings pertain to the individual Plex clients, example the Plex app on your TV, phone, or computer, covering preferences like playback quality, subtitle display, and audio output. User-specific settings. Settings associated with individual Plex accounts, including watched status, playback preferences, and user permissions. No direct public API for settings. The critical point is that Plex doesn't provide a straightforward, officially supported API endpoint to directly read and modify all server settings. This limitation means we need to explore alternative methods. 2. Methods for modifying Plex settings, with code examples. Here's a breakdown of the approaches we can use, ranked generally by their reliability and feasibility. 1. Using Plex API, Python the preferred method when possible. Overview. Plex API is a Python library that provides a more user-friendly interface for interacting with the Plex Media Server API. While it doesn't expose every setting, it offers access to many important ones, especially those related to library management, scanning, and transcoding. Installation. Example 1, accessing server information. Explanation. We import Plex server from the plexapi.server module. Plex_URL and Plex_token are crucial. You need to replace these placeholders with your actual Plex server URL and Plex token. To get your Plex token, refer to the next section. The Plex server object is instantiated, establishing the connection to your server. We then print the server's friendly name and version. The example then iterates over all libraries and prints their titles and types. Example 2, getting a Plex token. There is no API route to retrieve the Plex token. The easiest way to get the Plex token is to open the settings.xml file and find the Plex token. Windows. The location is normally under %localapp.a %\plex media server \preferences.xml. Linux/Docker. The location is normally under /var/lib/plex media server /library/application support /plex media server /preferences.xml. In the XML file, search for Plex online token. This is your token. Example 3, refreshing a library. Explanation. We get the library object using plex.library.section, library_name. Library.refresh, triggers a library scan and refresh. You can also add parameters to refresh, to control the refresh behavior, example force equals true for a full refresh. Example 4, controlling transcoder settings, indirectly. While you can't directly set specific transcoder settings, you can influence transcoding through other means. Important *, the available settings exposed through Plex.settings are limited. You'll need to explore the Plex server object to see what's available. Use dir, plex.settings, to list the attributes and methods of the settings object. Also, using the settings object requires you to be a Plex Pass subscriber. Where plexapi shines *. Library management, refreshing, scanning, adding/removing content. User management, creating/deleting users, managing permissions. Server monitoring, getting server status, activity, sessions. Indirectly influencing transcoding through settings like simultaneous session limits. 2. Accessing and modifying the Plex database, advanced and risky. Overview Plex stores its metadata and configuration in an SQLite database. You can directly access and modify this database, but this is strongly discouraged unless you know exactly what you're doing. Incorrect modifications can corrupt your Plex database and lead to data loss. Always back up your database before attempting any modifications. Database location Linux/Docker *var/lib/plex media server /library /application support /plex media server /plugin support /databases /complexapp.plugins.library.db Windows %localapp.data /plex media server /plugin support /databases /complexapp.plugins.library.db Mac OS */library /application support /plex media server /plugin support /databases /complexapp.plugins.library.db Example, using Python and Sclite 3. Explanation We use the Sclite 3 module to connect to the Plex database. The code shows a read-only example of querying the media_sections table to get library names. The commented out update statement is a placeholder you would need to identify the correct table and column for the setting you want to change. This requires a deep understanding of the Plex database schema. Be absolutely sure of the data type and format of the new _value. Back up your database before running any update statements. Con.commit saves the changes to the database. The finally block ensures the database connection is closed. Why this is risky. Database schema changes. Plex can change its database schema with updates, breaking your scripts. Data corruption. Incorrect SQL can easily corrupt the database, leading to data loss or server instability. Lack of support. Plex support won't help you if you've modified the database directly. Complex relationships. Plex uses complex relationships between tables. Simply changing a value in one table might not be sufficient to achieve the desired result. 3. Scripting the Plex web interface, using Selenium or similar. Overview. If all else fails, you could potentially use a tool like Selenium to automate interactions with the Plex web interface. This involves writing code that simulates a user logging into the Plex web interface, navigating to the settings pages, and modifying values. Why this is a last resort. Fragile. The Plex web interface is subject to change, which can break your scripts. Slow. Web automation is generally slower and more resource intensive than direct API access. Complex. It requires a good understanding of HTML, CSS selectors, and web automation tools. Not officially supported. Plex doesn't encourage or support this approach. Example, conceptual, using Selenium. Key considerations. WebDriver. You'll need to install a WebDriver, example Chrome driver for Chrome, Gecko driver for Firefox, and configure Selenium to use it. Element locators accurately identifying the HTML elements for the login form, settings, and save buttons is crucial. Use your browser's developer tools to inspect the HTML and find appropriate CSS selectors or XPath expressions. Synchronization use WebDriver wait and expected conditions to ensure that elements are loaded before you try to interact with them. Error handling implement robust error handling to catch exceptions that might occur during web automation. 3. Important considerations and best practices. Backups always back up your Plex media server data before making any significant changes, especially when modifying the database. Plex Pass some settings, particularly those related to advanced features and transcoding, may require a Plex Pass subscription. Server restart after making changes, especially to the database or through the web interface, restart your Plex media server to ensure that the changes are applied correctly. Read the documentation. Consult the Plex documentation and the plexapi documentation for the most up-to-date information on available settings and API endpoints. Rate limiting. Be mindful of potential rate limiting if you're making frequent API calls. Implement delays or throttling in your code to avoid being blocked. User impersonation. When automating actions that affect other users, be aware of the potential privacy implications. Make sure you have the necessary permissions and that you're acting ethically. Docker considerations. If your Plex media server is running in Docker, you'll need to adjust the paths to the database and configuration files accordingly. You might also need to use Docker's volume mapping to access the database from your host machine. 4. When to use each method. plexapi use this for library management tasks, server monitoring, user management, and influencing transcoding through the available settings. It's the most reliable and recommended approach when possible. Database modification. Use this only as a last resort, when no other method is available, and you have a deep understanding of the Plex database schema. Back up your database first and proceed with extreme caution. Web interface scripting. Use this only when Plex API and database modification are not viable options. It's fragile, slow, and not officially supported. In summary, while directly manipulating every Plex setting through code isn't currently possible due to the lack of a comprehensive public API, you can still achieve a lot using Plex API, with cautious database access, or as a last resort, web interface scripting. Always prioritize the stability and integrity of your Plex media server and data.